Hello, ladies. This is the concealed mistress. And I keep myself concealed because you people are crazy, especially when you don't share the same opinion. Listen, I want to talk about the shut up ring. The shut up ring is the engagement ring that men finally give you after years of waiting to get married, to keep you from leaving and to shut your ass up about getting married. See, here's the gist to this thing. He gives you a ring. Finally, you're excited. You've been together for a few years, maybe 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, a year, 6 months. Then you spend the next 5 to 10 years engaged, no wedding in sight. So whose fault is that? Well, a lot of times I think it's the woman's fault because we spend the next few years planning a wedding. Yes, planning a wedding, planning a big wedding. The finances have to be right. You want to lose a few pounds. You want to pick out the best dressed and the best dress for the bridesmaids. So it takes you years to finally set a date. It takes you years to finally get married. But you know what, ladies? See, here's the thing that I've thought about. A lot of times, men know, I think they know that you are going to take forever to set a date because you want to plan the wedding. I think they count on that. Now, this is just a thought because I've seen this happen before. And I'm sure if you think in your memory banks, ladies, you will probably know someone in your family, a friend, a coworker who's been engaged for like 10 years. It's to the point like, girl, are you going to ever get married? What's going on? Right? But I think those men, they're guys, they know, hey, she wants to plan a wedding. Every time she gets ready to set a date, I'm just going to tell her the finances aren't right. But I have a thought process or a idea on how to see if your man has given you a shut up ring. The ring that keeps you from begging to get married over the years and it keeps you from leaving because you actually have one foot out of the door. Sometimes women, they have one foot out of the door. They're ready to go because they really want to get married. Okay, so this is how you test to see if you got a shut up ring. Let's say your guy, he gives you an engagement ring. He proposes. You're excited. Maybe he does it in front of friends and family at a restaurant or somewhere. Cool, cool, cool. All right, good. Now, what I'm about to tell you to do, don't do it in front of people. Don't embarrass them like that, okay? Do this after everybody's gone and you guys are alone and say, honey, instead of having a large wedding, the dream wedding that I've always wanted, how about if we just go down to the justice of the peace and get married? I can go ahead and go online and I can apply for our marriage license right now. By next week or the week after, we could be married. We can have a big wedding later on if we ever do. And maybe we can just, in place of that, go on a nice honeymoon, right? See what he says. If he starts stuttering and sort of gives you some kind of BS excuse as to why maybe that's not a good idea and he stalls, you've got a shut up ring. I'm sorry to break it to you. You may not ever get married, but you have a beautiful ring in the process and you still have the man, if that means anything. But that's a good way to test. Call his bluff. He gives you some engagement ring because I want to get married. It's time to get married, or I'm leaving, or you've given him some kind of ultimatum. See if he's really serious about getting married. Just say, hey, you know what? I don't need a big wedding. I don't need that. I can have that later. I love you. Let's just go ahead and go to the justice of the peace. You know what? I'm in the Dallas area, and I think Dallas County has started doing marriage licenses online, or you might even be able to get married online now. I guess you could probably do it through Zoom. Don't quote me on that. I'd have to look that up. But I did see something on the news a while back about that. So guess what, ladies? You don't even have to go to the justice of the peace. You might be able to go and do a Zoom call and get married. Let's see how much he sweats, stutters, backs up, changes his mind. Let's see what he does. That's the perfect way to determine if you've gotten a shut up ring. Ladies, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will be posting another video soon.